Super. So I'm just going to pass that to you, however's easiest to hold. So I assume you've probably given some thought as to which one you would like in which hand. So,
yes.
Well, which one's going in this hand? Let's do it that way.
The next in this hand.
Next in this hand. So, are you left-handed or right-handed?
I'm right-handed.
Yeah, see everyone, yeah. Because it makes more sense when you've got your phone to then, if your phone's in your right hand, then to use it on your left hand. Yeah, exactly. So, we have this here. This is our NeXT. I can see some details of that just here. Easy peasy. Let's crack this open. Lovely. So a little bit of preparation just on the hand here. You have just washed your hands so everything's nice and clean. I'm just going to use an alcohol wipe just to sterilise this area. Very, very quickly. Super. Just going to let that dry for a second. Just going to get some dots here just to mark exactly where we're going in. Cool. So just make a fist the wrong way. You're going to put your thumb inside your fist. That's it. Just to all the way down. That's it. This just shows us where your most prominent part of this muscle is, just here. So we're going to get a good read from the highest point on here. So we want our chip to land around about here. Just relax your hand open for me. Then we're just going to need to find our entrance site, which is only about 1 inch away from this. It doesn't need to travel too far at all. We're going in about here. Nice. So let me just get into position for this. So just stand your hand up on its side slightly, but now just like relax. You can just let that go floppy. I'm just going to give a good hard pinch here, which is most of what you're going to feel, I'm afraid. And I just want you to focus on your breathing. So just take a real nice big breath in for me. Super. And we're going to drop this off just here. Lovely. Okie dokie. As quick as that, not too bad, is it? It's fairly tolerable. It's a teeny tiny little entrance site there. And all we're going to do is we're just going to put a little bit of pressure on that for a few seconds. Wait for it to swell up and clot and all that jazz. And then we're just going to pop a tiny, just a little spot plaster on just like this. You're going to look to change that every 24 hours for the next 3 days. Just a nice salt water wash in between that, or some hand sanitizer, something like that. As long as you're sterilising the area, pat that dry, make sure it's really, really dry, otherwise you'll have a hard job getting the plaster to stick again afterwards. And you can continue that for a little bit longer if you need to, but I normally just say that your 3 days is like your minimum. That's the minimum you want to be changing your plasters for. If you're in a job where you're particularly hands-on, a little bit handsy, maybe in a slightly dusty or dirty environment, then yes, I'd go for maybe the full week with your plasters just to keep that covered, but use your best judgment with that, see how you feel. How was that as an experience?
That was absolutely fine.
Not that bad, right?
Yeah, it was less than giving blood.
Yes, oh yes, way less. Yeah, I see you've had like a few tattoos and things as well, comparatively it's hardly anything.
Hours of sitting in tattooist chairs. So.
Yeah, no, I hear that. I've these are relatively fresh. I think it's about 10 days ago now. These are that was all done in one, so that was about, it was a 9-hour day with about 7 hours of tattooing. So yeah, no, I feel that. Yeah. Let's just see if that dries up a little bit. Now, once we've got the second one in, what I'm hoping to be able to do is to maybe just have a little bit of a practice and see if we can get a read on one or both of these when we're done. It's not always possible. It does depend on the person.
Because
everyone swells up differently. Yes, exactly. Now, you'll notice if you look close enough, this is actually a little sideways mark. It doesn't come out as a hole. It comes as a little, in fact, you can see that now, just the blood's there. Just a little sideways, more like a sideways incision than what you would have expected from maybe a round delivery system.
It's not a small thing that is going in.
Exactly. But it heals nice and quick because it's more just like a sideways slit. We've not taken any of the skin out. It's not like it's punctured it or anything like that. So tiny sideways incision there. So with regards to changing the plasters, what I normally suggest is when you're taking these off, just go side to side. either way. So you're either going to peel it off from that way or from that way, because that's the direction that
of the wind. Yeah.
Common sense. Lovely. We're swelling up. Yeah, I can feel it's just here.
Mm-hmm.
Just to the side. Nice. Already swelling up a little bit. Hopefully, if it stays about like that, that should be enough that we can just about get a read on that. So, fantastic. Let me clean these bits up. We're going to swap hands and have a crack at the other side. Lovely. Right. That's the one, the old switcheroo. So, we have here our xDF2. Tag information there. We've got, so you're using this as your MyFair clone?
Yes.
That's the plan. Excellent. I'd be very, very, very interested to see that when it's all up and working. If you could do me just some 10-second videos of how you're using that. Yeah, that would be fantastic. I find when I start talking about microchips and things, like, people just kind of want to know what it does. And for all the explaining I can do, a 10-second video of someone seeing it is far more impactful than like anything I could possibly say about it. So, yeah, that's what it's about. Sorry, that's it. That's the one.
You know, I've done a fair amount of research, and I've got use cases for them all. So
excellent.
That's the reason.
And relax. Super.
That means I don't have to worry about forgetting my ID card anymore.
Yeah, that's the plan, isn't it? That's the ultimately, we'd like to not forget anything at all and have it all in either one chip or various chips or however it comes.
Yeah.
I know that the thing that really most people are waiting for is the idea of being able to make payments through it. Ultimately, that's I think that will be the thing that changes this from being quite niche to being quite mainstream, probably within the space of maybe even a year. I think that would happen quite quickly. Right, so let me get into position for this. Let's take this off. So same again, just nice and loose now, just relax this whole hand. Yeah, that's it, nice and relaxed. And again, bit of a strong pinch on my side, just need to grab this. Focus on your breathing, nice big breath in for me, breathe in. Super well done. Let's drop this here. Fantastic. And back down. Nice. Let's get some pressure on there. Cool. And same again. I'm just going to wait a few minutes and same plaster and as easy as that. And that's both your chips in. So let's just talk very briefly about a couple of the other chips that we have. Now we have some individual low frequency chips and some high frequency chips for the NFC, which you've got the combo of, so that's kind of irrelevant. The other main one that I find myself implanting quite frequently is our Spark, and we have the V2 of this now. The Spark is for a separate platform entirely, which is VivoKey. I don't know if you've read much about that.
Yes.
They've got a lot of interesting things going on. VivoKey is the sister company of Dangerous Things. They are both run by Amal. And they've got their own platform, so it's an app that you can install for that.
Right.
And various other things that go along with it. And that's about it for the main chips that we're implanting right now. It's the NeXT, the xDF2, and the Spark V2.
Yeah. I see you've got the temperature sensing ones as well.
Yeah.
Which was the other one I was vaguely looking at, but that's come along in the last 6 months or so, really, hasn't it?
Yes.
And I made this appointment March, April time.
Okay. Yeah.
But obviously we've had to put it off a few times.
Yeah, no worries. The temperature sensing ones is pretty interesting, but it does exactly that. Yeah. And I think in terms of flexibility and functionality for other things, you've probably gone for the better two.
Yes, yeah.
Definitely more functional.
You've not gone for you don't have the LED ones yet.
I do.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Okay,
have
I didn't see those on the website, but
my website updates are lacking somewhat.
Okay.
A little bit behind in my business admin, it has to be said. They are there, they are available. I think they're on the booking system, but they're not on the main website.
Right.
I need to look into this and get that sorted. But yeah, no, we have those. We are also watching with great anticipation for the new ones that I don't know if you've seen on. I don't know if you're on the Facebook group for the Dangerous Things squad, as it were. We've got the big round ones, big flat flexes, circular ones that are NFC but also LED together. And
Okay.
I think.
A longer pickup range as well, I guess, with the bigger antennas. Yeah.
Which is what they've done with the previous flexes in the same line. Yeah. So that's interesting. I'm just waiting to see how some other people are implanting those. We're experimenting with various methods and placements and other things like that, as is the case with these. We've got it is a bit of trial and error. It's still an experimental process.
Absolutely.
So, we're just waiting to see how that goes. Was the LED one something you were interested in, or it's more of a novelty?
It's a novelty thing, and I'm more after functional.
Marvelous. Yeah, I've put a fair few of the LED ones in as well, but it's just the same. It's just NFC with some LEDs.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool in terms of the novelty side of things to get the word out.
Yeah.
In terms of you can say, look at this light up when you've got this. So it's getting more people interested in it, which is good.
Yeah.
I'm all for that. New ways of promoting what we do. But for functionality, it's not really. It doesn't do much other than light up. It's good.
A few friends that have
unless you've got a really high read range on your phone.
Your phone's over the top of it when it's lighting up. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So, other than if you're using it with something that's not a phone, or something with a really high read range that you can see that you kind of you're covering it up, unless you're in a pitch black room when you're doing it and you'll get the glow from under your phone. But no, beyond that, it's cool, but it's not functional. Let's just put this dry a little bit. So this one, as you might spot, this is a slightly larger incision, not by much, but again, you can see it just comes out as a straight line. It's certainly not like a hole punch. Like, I can understand why people think that when you look at these needles and you think, well, that's clearly round, you're going to lose some skin. That's not the way this works. It just makes a nice little neat sideways incision, as you can just see here. So this does not hole punch any skin out when it goes through. Let me just pat this a little bit. Yeah, you can just see there, nice, neat, straight line, which is why this heals so quickly, normally easily within 3 days, as long as you're not doing too much hands-on stuff. It's normally healed really, really quickly. Super duper. So I have some spare plasters for you here, just in case you didn't have any, but they're pretty easy to get hold of, these little spot plasters. A basic Aftercare guide here is mostly, again, common sense. Is just keeping your hands clean, replacing your plasters. Don't pick or scratch your scabs, just basic stuff. And I'm going to let you just hold on to some of this packaging as well, just as a little bit of a keepsake. It's just got some nice little, it's just got all your codes and things on there. Super. How are you feeling? How are your hands?
Fine. Yeah, absolutely fine. No problem.
Just like maybe having a piercing or a tattoo or something like that. Like you can feel something's happened.
Yeah.
But it's not anything that's going to impact
there was a little
your
bit of throbbing, but it's pretty much all gone now. Yeah.
Do you feel like, say for example, if you have to go back to work, or if you have to go for work for the rest of the day, would that be fine for you? Do you feel like your hands
it should be fine. Won't be a problem. I've got a 150-mile drive back home now, so.
And you'll be totally like
I'll be.
Exactly. Awesome. Lovely to meet you.